Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Wassalatu wassalam ala sharafil anbiya wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma infa'ni bima 'allamtani wa 'allimni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni ilma. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam.
Okay, so Alhamdulillah, we have knocked down 2 of the 4 properties of the ism. So status and number are taken care. Hopefully you all are keeping up with the classes and the videos and reviving the notes. The more efforts you put in the first 20 days, inshallah, it will pay off a huge benefit in the rest of our life, because this is not something that is restricted to Ramadan or restricted to Friday or restricted to some special event. We are supposed to read 5 times Salah. We are supposed to ponder, reflect upon the Qur'an regularly. We are supposed to make du'as. So this is something we require every moment of our life. So learning Arabic language is actually integral part of Muslims, every Muslim's life. We should not think it like, okay, it's Ramadan, that's why. So yeah, this is something which is going to be with us till the grave. So take it like that. Don't take it like this is Ramadan, that's why I need to sacrifice this for the 20 days and all. No. If you do this, inshallah, continue it and take it seriously. Just like we are taking our career seriously. We put our lives first 25 years in studying as much as possible and acquiring as high of a degree as possible. That's good. Same thing with this. We should continue with this for the rest of our life and make the full benefit of it. Not restrict to just a half an hour class or 45 minutes class in a day. It's not going to help. We need to put extra efforts and take it beyond it. Anyway, so 2 properties are done, status and number. So inshallah, today we would like to take care of that gender business, so that not just knowing Tamarbuta as a sign of feminine, but there are some more signs which we can learn and then figure out every time we come across a word, what's the gender of it. So to figure that out, we need to know all the signs. As we said, we are we are working with the basic principle that everything is masculine in this universe. Everything is masculine unless I see signs of feminine. So Arabic treats everything as a male or a female, masculine or feminine. So we by default take something as masculine. If a new object is put in front of me which I have never seen, and if somebody asks what's the gender of this as far as the Arabic is concerned, I would say masculine, because I don't know. I'm seeing this for the first time. That's my best bet. Then later I might find out, okay, this is called as the Arab treat this as a feminine. That's a different story. But the word will tell me if it's feminine. The word will tell me. If it's a known word, it will tell me is it feminine or not. Okay, so with that, let me just start the slide and share it with the class. Okay, fine. Session number 7. This is gender. Okay, property number 3. Every ism has good properties. Yeah, 4 properties, and gender is one of them. English language, as I already gave you a hint, it has 3 genders: masculine, feminine and neutral. Neutral, it uses the word it, like chair, table, sky. It will use it. But for the things that have intellect, it will use masculine or feminine. So all in all, there are 3 genders in the Arabic language, but in the English language. But Arabic says no, we have only 2 genders, masculine or feminine. So even if we are talking about a thing which is not does not have life in it, then still we will refer to it as masculine or feminine. Of course, you and me don't get to decide what's the gender of X, Y, Z. No, it's already decided. You and me need to learn the technique to figure it out. The genders are already decided. Okay. So in Arabic, there is no neutral gender. Instead, it uses something called as fake feminine. That's the concept it uses. And fake masculine, you could say that also. So it has this concept of fake gender it uses. to address this issue of neutral gender. Okay. Now, so here is the flow chart for easier understanding. As far as gender is concerned, we have two possibilities: masculine and feminine. Masculine we are not going to study, because whatever is not in today's session is all masculine. So our focus will be on feminine. Now, feminine is further divided into real and fake. Real and fake. Okay, so what's this real and fake business? Well, real means actually there is no real feminine. This is the feminine. This is the feminine. But to differentiate from the fake feminine, we are calling this as the real feminine. What is real feminine? Real feminine means the entity that is feminine biologically. I mean, you don't need the grammar's help to figure out is it a male or a female, because it has to be feminine. If I tell you mother has to be feminine. Sister, auntie, daughter, these are feminine. So these are real feminine. I don't need grammar's help to figure out whether the word is feminine or not, because means mother. So those are real feminine. So to differentiate from the fake, we are calling this as real. Real means actually only feminine. So what we need to study now is the fake feminine. That is the core concept that we need to study. Fake feminine. Now the fake feminine is further classified in 3 categories. Actually there are 4. The third one is mixed up with the 4 because they are small items. So these 3 line items are the one that we need to study to understand the gender concept in Arabic language. One is fake feminine, other is broken plural, which we have already studied yesterday. So broken plural is also related to feminine. Why? Because yesterday we studied 2 rules, right? So those 2 rules will come under this broken plural. So we don't need to repeat that now. I will just touch upon it and go forward. So, and then the last is words in the story and body parts in pair. That's it. Once you understand this 3 or 4 line items, inshallah, the gender concept will be much clearer from today onwards, inshallah. Okay, so this is beyond Tamarbuta. So just casually, let's take a look at the real feminine. What did I tell you? Real feminine is actually the entity that is biologically feminine. Okay, so as I said, you don't need the language help to figure it out. Or is it a male or a female, right? Like for example, the word means mother. Now word linguistically doesn't have any female signs there. I don't see any signs that indicate female. That's because it's a real feminine, so you don't need it. It might be there, it might not be there, but if the entity is real feminine, that's it. It's a real feminine, mother, Or you have imratun. Imratun means woman, or it could also be used for wife. Imratun can be used as a wife or can be used as a woman. Like in the surah Ba'da a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim, Allah says tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab. क्या है आगे? Wambratu. Wa umratu. So, wa imratu. When we join, this alif will only is pronounced when it's the first letter. But when you have a verb before it, it becomes wambratu. So we say wambratu. So imratu means woman or wife. Just like in Urdu. Urdu में भी हम औरत कहते हैं, या अगर हम किसी को मखसूस कर रहे हैं तो उनकी औरत. औरत means his wife. Brother Ahmad, keep your mic muted unless you want to speak. So it could be used for both woman or a wife. Similarly, we have ukhtun. Ukhtun means sister. Ukht, sister. So again, that's a real feminine. Ukhtun. Okay. Then you could have the word ammatun. Ammatun means aunt, auntie, especially from the father side, paternal aunt. Ammatun. Paternal uncle, ammun. Just remove tamarbuta, it becomes uncle. Ammun. Chacha. Okay. Chachi, ammatun. Then it is Aishatun. That's a proper name, Aisha. Okay, so these are real feminine. Yeah. Or you could say Husna, Khadija, right? Maryam. These are all real feminines. So these are all real feminines. Okay. Just to contrast with fake, we are calling it real. Actually, it is feminine only. So that's just a side note. Here comes the main crux of the gender study. fake feminine. Okay. So as we saw in the flowchart, fake feminine is of three types: fake feminine, broken plurals, and words in the story and body parts in pair. So just to reiterate, this is the focus area, zoomed in: fake feminine, broken plural, words in the story, body parts in pair. So let's take the broken plural out of the picture first. So yesterday we studied that the plurals are of three types. Okay, every time you get a plural word, masculine plural, how will you recognize it? Una ina. The ending will be una ina. It will have an ending combination. If it is not masculine plural, it might be a feminine plural. Okay, how will I recognize it? Atun, atin. Atun. Okay, so broken plurals. One is masculine plural, una ina. Other is feminine plural, atun, atin. And if a word is plural but it doesn't have any of these combinations, then it is a broken plural. Now, as far as broken plurals go, they can be further divided into two types: human broken plural, non-human broken plural. Okay, how will I know it? Well, for that, you will need to know the meaning of that broken plural. Whatever that word we are using, let's say aklamun. Aklamun is the plural of kalmun. Kalmun means, kalam means pen, pencil. So aklam is pens. Okay, so pens. Once I know the meaning, then if it is related to human being, angels and jinns or jinns, then it is human broken plural. Anything beyond is non-human broken plural. So pen is not related to human being, angel or jinn, directly not related to those entities. So it's a non-human broken plural. So there are two rules. All the non-human broken plurals must be treated like a she, which means its gender is feminine and number is singular. And all the human broken plurals, the words which are broken plural but related to human being, jinns or angels, they may be treated like a she. When you say maybe, you have two options. You can treat it like a she, which means singular and feminine, or you can go with the reality. Whatever is the reality of the word, you can go with that. So that's the reason the broken plural is included in this gender study, because these are the two rules that you should keep in mind, which can make a word be treated as a feminine. Okay, so I hope that is clear, and a short revision of yesterday's session. So the broken plurals is off the table now. We got this two items remaining: fake feminine and words in the body part, and words in the story and body parts in pair. So now let's take a look at the fake feminine. How do we recognize a fake feminine? To recognize a fake feminine, you need to, again, as I told you, the grammar is on the end part of the word. So if you look at the end of the word and you see one of these three signs, what are the three signs? Either you will see a tamarbuta at the end of it, or you will see a alif maksura, which looks like a ya, but most of the time it doesn't have those two dots below it. That's a alif maksura. Even though it looks like a ya, it is called as alif maksura because it generates the sound of a whenever it comes at the end of the word. Musa, Isa, right? Bushra. So these are all a sound because of alif maksura. So either you will have a tamarbuta, or you will have a alif maksura, or you will have a alif mamduda. How does alif mamduda look like? They all look like this. It's a alif with a tilde on top of it, and then hamza. And then hamza. This is alif mamduda. So alif mamduda. Mamduda comes from mad. Mad means to extend. Those who study tajweed, they know mad, elongate, extend. So this is a sound. Alif mamduda. These are the three signs that you should look at the end of the word. If any of them is there at the end of the word, most probably the word is feminine. Most probably the word is feminine, or most probably it's a fake feminine. Means it is not biologically feminine, but it's treated as feminine. That's a fake feminine. Okay. So these are the three important signs that you should pay attention to while deciding the gender of the word. Does it have a tamarbuta? Does it have a alif maksura? Does it have alif mamduda? Yes, most probably it is a feminine. Most probably it's a feminine. Here are some examples of the words using one of these three signs. For example, we say rahma. It is rahmatun. Raham जो बोलते हैं, that is feminine entity in Arabic, mercy, as they call it as. This is not the right translation, but this is the closest word that we can get in English. Again, there is a bigger aspect to it, why and why not. I have touched upon this in some of the orientation sessions of the fundamental course. Anyway, so Rahma is feminine, and you see there is a Tamarbuta at the end of it that tells you that mercy is a feminine entity in Arabic language. In Arabic language, mercy is feminine. Okay, doesn't matter from where who is showing the mercy. It's mercy itself is feminine. रहम जो है ये एक मुअन्नस एंटिटी है, रहम. सिमिलरली मगफिरा, मगफिरतुन, तामरबुता, forgiveness is also feminine. मगफिरत ये भी एक मुअन्नस लफ्ज़ है, तामरबुता दिख रहा है हमको. उसी तरह नमाज, जिसका एक्चुअल वर्ड है सला. नमाज इज़ नॉट अ अरबिक वर्ड बाय द वे. ओके, द करेक्ट वर्ड इज सला. हाँ, नमाज आई थिंक इट हैज़ कम फ्रॉम अ संस्कृत, it looks like, but that's the most common word that you and me use it. नमाज को जा रहा हूँ, नमाज हो गई, नमाज के बाद. The correct word is salah. Salah is feminine. Prayer is a feminine entity. Salah, feminine entity. Similarly, qiyama, qayamat, that's also feminine. All of them you see the tamarbuta there. Similarly, the name Bushra, well, it's actually real feminine also, but linguistically also you can see there is a alif maksura at the end of the word, which indicates this is the feminine. Bushra. I think there is a student also here, right? I just saw it. So Bushra is a feminine thing, linguistically also. Bushra. Similarly, Baida'u. Baida'u. What's the meaning of Baida? We just finished Suhur. Egg. Yeah, I knew that many of you will say egg. That's what is used in Urdu. Baida. Baida leke aao, baida. Baida actually linguistically means white. Baida. That's why egg is called as baida, because it's white color. Baida. This is the same root for your word ayyamul bid. You know, we are highly recommended to fast every, I think it is what, 13th, 14th, 15th of every month, because on these days the moon is complete white. So the baida is white. Baida का जो plural है वो बीद है. So ayyamul बीद. Ayyam is the plural of yom. Yom means period or day. उसका plural ayyam. Baid means white. उसका plural बीद. So ayyamul बीद. Days of white. Days of whiteness, because it's a full moon. So we are supposed to fast every month, 13th, 14th, 15th. That's where this word comes from, ayyamul bid. Anyway, baida is a feminine word. Why? You see alif mamduda there at the end of it. Alif with the tilde and then hamza. That's a alif mamduda. So these are some of the examples that how the word look like, and which will tell the reader, hey, I am feminine. I am basically feminine because I have this sign. So as I told you, the word itself will tell us whether the word is feminine or not. Okay? Fine. So those were some of the examples of the fake feminine, but everything has got an exception. Okay? Everything has got an exception. So there might be some words which are having these signs at the end of that word, but they are not feminine. Why? Because they were already treated as masculine in that community, in that clan, in that society. It was already masculine. But linguistically it was written with one of these signs, alif maksura or ta marbuta. It might be there. Those are the exceptions. Like for example, Musa. Musa has alif maksura at the end, but it's masculine. It's not feminine. Talha, ta marbuta, masculine. Ubaid, Yahya, Muawiyah. There are some handful of words which are masculine. You see, the reality takes precedence over the grammar, over the linguistic. What is the reality? Reality is this. We also have, in Urdu also we have some names like Naseem. I have seen this name Naseem being used by males as well as females. Shamim, I have seen both. Right? Shamshad, I have seen both, female and male, named Shamshad. So there are some names. In every culture, in every language, these things happen. So in Arabic also we have, even though we say Tamarbuta, Alif Maksura, these are signs of feminine, there are handful of names which might have this sign, but they are not female, they are male.
What's the reason? The reality takes precedence over grammar. Okay, because they are already known to be masculine in that community. So we will go with the that assumption. Okay, fine. So this is what we are studying here, and if I had to summarize, this is the first two objects. Fake feminine is related to tamarbuta, alif maksura, alif mamduda. Broken plurals, you see there, it is written there, HBP, HBP, that doesn't mean human blood pressure, it means human broken plural. Okay, human broken plural may be treated as feminine, and NHBP, non-human broken plural, must be treated as feminine. So there's a difference between may be and must be. Okay, that's the rule for the broken plurals. Now what we are left is two more items to understand feminine. One is the body parts in pair, and the other is words in the story. Okay, so let's take a look at the body parts in pair. What is this issue about? Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made our body parts. Some of them are existing in pair, and some of them are by themselves. There is no pair, it's only one. Like nose, nose is single, right? Heart is only one heart. So those body parts which exist in pair, hand, feet, leg, ankle, heels, right? All these are existing in pair. So what the rule says is, if the body part exists in pair, it will be treated as feminine. If the body part exists in pair, it will be treated as feminine. And those which are not existing in pair are by default masculine. So for example, if you take yadun, yadun means hand. Yadun means hand. This is feminine. In Arabic, hand is feminine. Why? Hand exists in pair. It exists in pair, so it will be feminine. Same thing is with Rijlun. Rijlun, foot. Rijlun means foot. That's also feminine. Shafatun. Usually you will not find this word shafatun like this. You will always find it shafatain. What do you mean by shafatain? When I say shafataini, what can you tell me about it? Shafataini.
Lips.
Well, yeah, that's what I was wanting. Lips is different. That's a vocabulary. What I was focusing on is shafatain. I don't know the meaning, but it's two. That's why we use shafatain, shafatain. It is shafataini, lip. Okay, that's also feminine. Lip is also feminine. Uzun, okay, ear, that's also feminine. Similarly, ainun, eye, that's also feminine. So these are just a sample of it. There are many more body parts. Kidney could be feminine. It exists in pair, right? So all these are feminine. All the body parts that exist in pair are feminine. Okay, so that completes all the topic in the feminine except one, which is words in the story. Words in the story. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Now, there are some words in Arabic language which were found to be used as feminine. There were a handful of words which are found to be used in that society as muannas, as feminine. But there was no linguistic reason on this word. No tamarbuta, no alif maksura, no alif mamduda. It was not a body part in pair. It was not a human broken plural. It was not a non-human broken plural. But the word was feminine because that's how they found it to be used. So what they did was they collected all these words and said, hey, these words are feminine. But for what reason? For no reason. Because the Arab said so. The Arab said this is feminine. We are learning their language. It is feminine. Just like English has certain rules which we don't understand. We say, okay, that's how they use. So we'll say, that's it. That's how it is. Okay. So these words, I'm going to show you. There are like almost 15 words. These are considered as feminine for no reason because Arab said so. Now, instead of dumping these 15 words all on you and then you making a mess of it, because it's difficult to memorize these 15 words. What was done was a story was built around these words. A story was built around these words, so that when you remember the story, you will recall most of these words, and you will know that, okay, this is a word from story, so that's why it is feminine. Okay, so here is the story which you can read while sleeping today. After you're done with all the azkars, before you sleep, you can read this story to yourself or to your kids or to your family members, that okay, today we heard a story, and this is the story that we studied today in the session. So first read it, and then I will explain you. Let me read it and explain the words. So intentionally, those words which are treated as feminine are written in Arabic. Okay, rest of the story is in English. So the story is about a battleground. Okay, that's the scene behind it. During a harb, harb means war or a battle. During a harb, a soldier was daydreaming, looking at the star in the sama. So there was a soldier who was into his own world, apni hi duniya mein tha, and he was looking towards the sky. Sama means sky. So during a war, a soldier was daydreaming, looking at a star in the sama, in the sky, until the shams came up. Shams means sun. So till the sun came up, he was into his own world. When he snapped out of it, which means when he woke up or when he came into the reality, he realized he is the only nafs. Nafs means individual, person. उसको एहसास हुआ कि वो अकेला ही है पूरे जंग के मैदान में, सब जा चुके हैं. He is the only nafs left on the battlefield, surrounded by nar. Nar is fire. He saw that he is the only one left, everybody has gone, and there is all surrounded by fire from all the sides. So he used a dalwun. Dalwun, bucket. A bucket full of water. He had a bucket full of water to make a sabil. Sabil, path, rasta. He had a bucket full of water. So he doused it on the fire to make some way so that he can get out of that circle of the fire. So to make a sabil, path, all the way to a safer ardh. Ardh, land. This is the source of the word earth. In English, earth has come from ardh. Ardh means land. Okay. So he put some water on that so that he could go to the safer part of the land. In the hot blowing rihun. Rihun, wind. So since there was fire everywhere, even the wind which was blowing, it was also hot. It had become hot because of the fire. So in the hot blowing rihun, he was desperately looking for a bi'irun. Bi'irun, well, kuwa. Because he had only one bucket of water, he needed more. So he was going around and looking for a source of water, looking for a bi'irun to draw water from. In his search, he finds an empty dar. Dar means place or a house. Dar as-salam, house of peace. Okay? Dar al-this, dar this, you say that. Okay? Dar al-arkam. So you have this, dar means place or a house. In his search, he finds an empty place, inside which he finds a ka'san. Ka'san, cup or a glass. He finds a glass full of khamr, full of intoxicant. So anyway, these soldiers are used to this, drinking this regularly. So he finds in one of the tent or in one of the place, he finds a glass and it has intoxicant into it, some wine or something like that. He is tempted despite his fear of Jahannam. So this is a Muslim soldier. So, but he is tempted because he might be exhausted and didn't have any drink for the longer time. He is tempted to drink this despite his fear of Jahannam. But at the same time, he knew that if he does this act, he might end up in Jahannam. This is a sinful act to drink intoxicant. So he is tempted despite his fear of Jahannam. Jahannam means hell, hellfire, to take a sip, at least take sip lene ke liye. But wards off his temptation and uses his asa. Asa means stick to strike the drink. But in the right time, he gets his taqwa level enough high to subdue his desire. These are the, I think, almost like 15 words. They are treated as feminine. So every time you come across the word sama, harb, shams, sabil, khamr, asa. You don't see any sign of feminine. No tamarbuta, no alif maksura, no alif mamduda. They are not body parts in pair. Nothing. They are not broken plurals. Nothing. But they are feminine. Why? Because of base. B-A-S-S. What is B-A-S-S? Because Arab said so. That's the reason. Okay? They are feminine because they are part of the story. Now here is what I have collected all of them for your benefit with the pictures so that you can remember it. This is the slide one of the other student made it in the Bayena group. So these are all the, I think almost 15 words which are feminine. Okay? Any questions so far? Okay. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So I think that's what was all there for the feminine. There might be some exercise which we'll do and that will finish the topic inshallah. Okay. So, yes. Somebody saying something? No? Okay. Look at this. Again, all the words are from Qur'an. So, by doing this practice, we are studying Qur'an. We are trying to understand the word of Allah. So, khalaqa samawati. Khalaqa samawati. Khalaqa as-samawati. Khalaqa is a verb. Okay. So, it translates as He created the skies. He created the sky. So, our focus is on the word samawati, which means sky. Okay. So, tell me, let's practice quickly the status, number, gender for this. Rather than just practicing gender, why not revive the whole 3 properties? What's the status of this word samawati? Just as-samawati by itself, not in the context. As-samawati, status? Status. Nasab or jar is the right answer. Because this is samawatin. Atin could be nasb, could be jar. Listen to the question what I am asking. So this is nasb or jar. Okay. Now what's the number on this?
Singular.
Wait. When we got nasb or jar, which means it is atin. Atin has to be plural.
Yeah.
How it can be
Plural,
seen?
plural.
It's plural. What's the gender on this?
Feminine.
Feminine. So the complete answer is nasb or jar, plural, feminine. This is how we figure it out. Samawati is nasb or jar, plural, feminine. Similarly, we could say malaikatu, malaikati. Okay. What's the, how will you solve this? What will be the first step? Look at the meaning. The meaning is telling you, is the word singular, dual or plural from the meaning? Plural. So as I told you, don't forget the master key. Every time you come across a word which is plural, you should do this 4-step exercise. Plural, 3 types. Masculine, feminine, broken. Which one is this? Malaikati.
Feminine.
Feminine. So do you see atunatin? Do you see atunatin? See, this is where your thought process needs to be clear. Now what you are doing is looking at the tamarbuta. See, once we are following the steps of the plural, why are you coming into feminine now? Now we should complete that step. We are following, the meaning tells me it is plural. That's what I should take the approach to solve the gender and the number through that path. It is plural. It could be, please keep your mic muted. It is plural, which means it could be masculine, it could be feminine, it could be broken. That's the path we should take. Don't mix and match. You can't mix and match. Suddenly you are looking at Tamarbuta and saying feminine. We didn't decide it. Feminine will be there if it is a singular word. Then we can go with that. This is the plural word. Okay? So plural, 3 possibilities. Masculine, feminine, broken. Do you think this is a masculine plural? Al-Malaikati? Does it have una, ina? No. Is it feminine? Is it feminine plural? No. It is a broken plural. It's a broken plural. Now broken plural, further 2 types, human and non-human. Which one do you think this is? Human. It is related to angels. It's human. Now what is the rule regarding human broken plural?
It may be imitated as a...
Which means every time you are dealing with the human broken plural, you will have 2 sets of answers. Every time. Because it is maybe. Maybe का मतलब है दो option. So one is fixed, that we treat it like reality. Well, if I treat it like a she, then the first set of answers is jar, singular, feminine. And if I don't apply the rule, go with the common sense, then the status remains jar, the number becomes plural, common sense, it's a plural, and the gender is masculine. Why masculine? Because by default that's a gender. We don't mean masculine means the angels are male. No, they don't have any gender. But by default, we consider everything to be masculine unless proven otherwise. So that's why the two sets of answers will be jar, plural, masculine, and jar, singular, feminine. Okay? Going on to the next one, ayatan. Ayatan, the meaning itself tells you that the word is singular. Okay? What's the status? Status is nasb because fatha tanween. Gender is feminine because there is a ta marbuta there. So easy answer, nasb, singular, feminine. Going on to the next, it says ithnataini. Ithnataini. Okay, the meaning says ithnataini means two. Okay, so the number is dual on this. What's the status? Well, the ending is taini. Okay, ani, aini or tani, taini means dual. So this is dual and this is nasb or jar. Aini would be nasb or jar. And since it is not just aini but taini, so this is feminine. So the whole set of answer is nasb or jar, dual, feminine. The last one is interesting one, which is an-nisa'u, which means the women. The women. Again, looking at the meaning, this is a plural word. The moment you encounter plural, don't do anything else, just follow the procedure what we have studied for the plural word analysis. The word is plural, which means it has to be either masculine or feminine or broken. This is not masculine, no unaina. No atunatin, it's not a feminine. Don't go with the meaning because we are applying the different set of rules now. Okay, so not a masculine plural, not a feminine plural, it's a broken plural. Okay, so the moment we conclude something is broken, it has two options, human broken plural or a non-human broken plural. So is it related to human beings, angels, jinns? Yes, women means human beings. So which means this is a human broken plural. And every time we have a human broken plural, there are two options. One is we apply the rule and treat it like a she. So the first set of answer is rafa, singular, feminine, because we applied the rule of treating it like a she. If we don't apply the rule, we go with the reality. Again, the status remains rafa, the reality is this is plural, and the reality is this is female. So the two sets of answers are rafa, plural, female, or rafa, singular, female. So that's how we do the analysis. The only part where the student confuses is the plural part. They mix up. They look at the word and they say, okay, the moment they see tamarbuta, it's a feminine. No, it's a feminine tamarbuta. A feminine tamarbuta will be feminine for the singular words. If it is a plural, keep everything aside, follow the rules, follow the steps that we have studied. Plural, three possibilities. Masculine, feminine, broken. Unaina, masculine. Atunatin, feminine. Broken, rest everything is broken. So if it is broken, two possibilities, human, non-human. If it is related to human being, angel, jinns, human broken plural, otherwise non-human. For the human broken plural, the rule is you may treat it like a she, you may not. So two sets of answer. For a non-human broken plural, the rule is fixed. You must treat it like a she. Only one set of answers, singular, feminine. It's easy, but it just needs to be practiced and understood in the right sense. With that, we complete the feminine properties of the ism, so which completes three properties, status, number, and gender, which leaves only the type. Okay, so which we intend to inshallah finish tomorrow. That will complete the whole thing. This is the flowchart that we have been studying Arabic language. Okay, three parts of speech. Right now, from last 7-8 sessions, we are focusing completely on ism. Every ism has got four properties: status, number, gender, type. After completing status, number, gender, what we are left is the type, which is easy as compared to the remaining three, and most probably we will be able to finish it tomorrow. So that will take care of the basic isms, and after that the interesting part starts. More interesting part starts. Okay, with that, if you don't have any question, we will wrap it up for today. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum.